Hi, this is Clint. So, have you ever taken a long overnight trip on a plane? You try to go to sleep, and this is what happens. That dreaded head bobbing. I hate it. So, I've done a couple of overnight red-eye flights, and I didn't get any sleep at all. So I looked into those travel pillows, and I wanted to do an investigation on which ones are going to be the best to get. So I read a bunch of reviews, saw some videos. I finally settled on one that's called Turtle. So I'm going to show you the Turtle travel pillow that I bought. There it is. Comes in a nice little sack here, so I can basically carry everything with me on the plane. Now, it doesn't look like a standard travel pillow, so instead of being a horseshoe shape, it actually looks like a scarf. And it's got this bigger piece right here, and all this is just some type of plastic molding. And the way this works is that you put it on the side, and then you wrap it around like a scarf. Really easy. Like this. Now, you might be thinking, well, isn't it kind of weird to have just everything on one side? That's what I thought too. But for me, I tend to sleep on the right side of my head anyways when I'm in bed. So this works for me. All I do is I just basically lean towards this side here. Now, if I want to switch this around, let's say to the other side, no problem. I'll just put it through like this. There it is. Easy. So I did this as a test during my Brazil trip because the Brazil trip involved a really long 10-hour overnight flight from Toronto to Rio de Janeiro. So this was a perfect testing flight because I usually don't sleep very well on overnight flights because of that dreaded head bobbing. So I put this on, and since I tend to sleep on one side anyways, I actually sleep on the other side, but I'll just use this for demonstration. This thicker piece actually sticks out in the front a little bit. And I think this is the part that stops the head bobbing. And it actually worked because I didn't get any head bobbing at all the entire night. And I did sleep. Not too bad. I slept for a couple of hours, which is better than nothing. So this did work. Now, in terms of comfort, okay, so I'm going to be very honest. Let's say on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being very uncomfortable, 10 being extremely comfortable. With this thicker piece here, I'm going to have to say it's about an 8. So not super, super comfortable, but an 8's not too bad. I can get used to it, and I was able to sleep. So pretty easy. I bought this on Amazon. It's not cheap. So this costs about $80 Canadian on Amazon, but it worked for me, so I'm not going to return it. I'm going to keep using this. So this is actually what I looked like when I was sleeping overnight on the plane. So I had my Turtle neck pillow here, had my N95 mask because I'm tired of catching other passengers' cough, and I had my eye shades. I was wearing my hoodie. So I had all this over, and it was good night. Now, one important thing I'm going to add here, just because it's just from observation, the lady who was sitting beside me on the overnight flight from Toronto to Rio de Janeiro, she had one of those standard-looking horseshoe-shaped travel pillows. And I noticed that when she was trying to sleep, her head was bobbing. And that immediately told me that a lot of these horseshoe-shaped travel pillows, they just don't work in terms of preventing that dreaded head bobbing. And for me, that was the thing that was keeping me from having a good sleep. So that's why I really liked the turtle pillow. It worked in stopping that bobbing. Now, the travel pillow from Turtle, yeah, it looks kind of weird. It's expensive, but it works. I was able to sleep. That's what counts.